All right, we are gonna try this once again. What's going on, guys? Yeah, repeat back here. I'm still a bit under the weather, but I'm gonna do the very best that I can. Unfortunately, I'm missing my counterpart tonight. I'm not quite sure where HD is. I know his job's got him working really, really long hours, like 12, 16-hour days. Something crazy like that. But HD, if you wake up, you're definitely well. But yeah, so I got about 3 bottles of water and 15 halls next to me that I'm gonna try to work through tonight. If all of a sudden you don't hear me or whatever, I will be back. I promise. But yeah, it's Cup racing night. Right back from Loudon, Magic Mile, New Hampshire Motor Speedway, and they're all chasing a big old lobster dinner. Um, Man, I after the show that the Xfinity guys put on, I'm really looking forward to this race. I mean, we saw those guys 3 and 4 wide at times. The Cup guys, I think they've got 25 or 26 cars on track tonight. I think the only notable one I noticed that wasn't missing, or the two that were missing, I should say, was the 4 Natty Dread and the 43 of Jose 720. I know there were a lot of storms. I know Natty is down in the Charlotte area. Natty, if you're without power or something like that, I hope everything gets restored to you soon. Jose, I know you got a lot of other things going on right now, but as always, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna kick this off with our buddies over at Madison Rising. So again, ladies and gents, please, without further ado, please stand and remove your hats. Madison Rising.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallant another phrase in the home of the
All right, so as always, big thank you to Madison Rising, America's most patriotic rock group. Definitely want to thank them again and again for allowing us to use their national anthem at the onset of every one of the NNR races. Rock NASCAR, thank you very much for checking in. Fortunately, it's just going to be me missing my right hand man tonight, but it's good of you to check in. Yeah, it's gonna be a great race tonight, Rock. We got 25, 26 cars on track. Loudon, New Hampshire, Magic Mile, 1 mile flat oval. It's gonna be a great race. If the Cup guys can do anything like what the Xfinity guys did the other night, we could be looking at 3 and sometimes possibly 4 wide on this track, Rock. I'm really looking forward to a great race. I definitely appreciate everything that you do for the NASCAR community with all the hellos and tweets, retweets, special announcements after the individual races and things like that. So again, same as Dohar, I appreciate you. So do I. All right, these guys are they're still wrapping up qualifying, so it shouldn't be too much longer. I kind of kicked this off a little early. I wasn't quite sure how long it was going to take for them to qualify. 1 mile, 25 cars. You figure uh, a couple minutes between. They usually try to send out 5 or 6 cars at a time. Um, Rock, do you have a horse in this race? Any who do you think who of the people that you know of in NNR? Um, do you have a favorite for tonight, Rock?
Y'all still in qualifying?
I apologize if you hear at Vix
You backed out?
uh, me chewing on this thing, just trying to keep up with things.
Someone shoot me a damn invite. Natty's not going to. He
Let's
wants the last pit
see.
stop.
And you know what? While we're doing this, I'll go ahead and I'll actually pull up um, your NNR information and the handle here. And of course, we're all still running Ethan Strong. Let's get your points up here too. There we go. Here's your cup points.
Fuck you, Carol.
All right, so your screen's all together. Now we're just kind of waiting again on these guys to finish up.
Cocksucker.
But yeah, so or Sunday night we saw the trucks, or Sunday afternoon. Gonna pull for Coe tonight. All right, I'll have to let him know that. That's pretty cool. Um, the trucks had a pretty good race at Eldora. It was a special time due to the Super Bowl, so they ran at 4 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. And then the Xfinity guys, they ran. Hold on, I'm guessing getting audio from here. Yeah, definitely I want to mute him. Okay, there we go. I just saw that all of a sudden. Um, make sure we're not getting audio from anybody else but me. All right. Nope. The rest of the board looks clear. Very cool. Okay. So yeah, the trucks ran Eldora. Really good race. A lot of side by side. A lot of digging in the corner, hitting the cushion, coming up off the corners really quick. After
Natty
some
says you better get your ass
late
on
race
the gas
controversy,
and go.
um,
Otherwise, he's putting your shit in the wall.
which called
Last one,
Soroka
turn one.
actually ended up taking the winners points on that. I guess there was a new guy in the community that just couldn't play well with others, so he couldn't stick around after that race. So that was that. But then on Tuesday night, the Xfinity guys they put on a great show. And guys, you can go back and rewatch these races whenever you want. Not only on here, but I've actually gone ahead and created a YouTube channel for all these races. You can now search YouTube under the same name, Repeat 1975, and you will see every NNR race that has been run so far.
I got in.
Twitch only holds the races for 60 days if you have Prime. I do have Prime, but
I don't have
you know,
Game.
we're already getting to the point where we're losing some races
Rock and roll.
because it's beyond the 60 days. Yeah, we're actually about halfway, a little over halfway into the regular season already. Next week we go to Martinsville, and after that we're going to be at the All-Star race already. So moving right along in the season.
I would love
Let's
if you
take a
would
look.
show.
Yeah, all right, are done qualifying. I'm just waiting on them to kick off the lobby and for um, Carol or somebody
I would
to
love it if
send
you
me
would
an
show
invite, which
online.
there it is. Looks like they've got about uh,
I guess kind of
8 seconds to go, so I should be able to get in there. Yep, you see them inundating me with invites just in case one or
Alright,
more
boys.
doesn't work.
Top 15 is gonna
And I'm
wave
going to
for
go
me.
ahead and take that invite now.
It'd be a fucking struggle bus.
Let's go ahead and get connected. And here we are. All right, I will have a few different streams up tonight. I'll have the stream of a more smoke, your points leader. I'll have the stream of Carol running a very very special paint scheme, which I'll talk about a little bit more later on. I'll have the stream of the 38 of Mountaineer. If y'all paid any attention to Twitter or Facebook earlier, he sent out a message, you know, to where you could vote on uh, sh- whichever paint scheme you wanted to see him in. I believe paint scheme number 3 won. It was the Fire Aid or something like that. So we'll catch up with Mountaineer at some point. You also have Boehner. We'll also have Sledgehammer. So I've got a few to choose from. I can't stream them all at the same time, uh, but I will be able to flip between them. Um, but yeah, we're gonna get set. We're gonna take 2 pace laps tonight. It shouldn't be anybody's. Nobody should be surprised with who's on the pole right here. As always, it's the 20th CGMX Roads. Looks like it's the 48 of the Aviators who is outside. Then we got the 13 of NNR Rowdy. Outside of Rowdy, you got the 36 of Boehner. Boehner almost went 3 for 3 in the Xfinity series. So really strong tear that this guy's been on since coming into NNR. He's shown that he can put up with the best of them. Then you got the 11 of Ingolf with the 38 of Mountain running that Fire Aid paint scheme. So I'm sure he'd like to thank everybody that voted for him today. I think there were over 1,800 people, not necessarily that did anything with the tweet mentioned on Facebook, but it was seen that many times. So that's really good. Then you got the 95, Mr. James Kamal. You got the 42 of the more smoke to his outside. You got the 2 Stout Whiskey with the 8 of Smitty. Then you got the 97, I'm sorry, 37 of Pro Viper. You got the 12 of Knights. You got the 00 Buckshot numbers of 1 is Sweeter Feed to his outside. I'm going to get back up towards the front of this field. There's the 24 Kobe. There's your pick rock. I'm going to get back up again towards the front. There we go. So we're sitting on the front hood now of this number 20 Stanley machine, and we're gonna kick this thing off right as they're coming through 3 and 4. Q-Dog, thank you very much for checking in. I tell you what, that silver and black paint scheme that you've been running lately, I'm really starting to like the way that thing looks. But let's kind of keep an eye on things here. You got the 20 of CGMX Rose, the 48 of the Aviator, in 1 and 2 and 3. That looks like that's the 13 of Rowdy with I think that's the 36 of Boehner right behind him. I'm actually going to get back to the field here. Yep, there's Rowdy. 11 of Ingles might be trying to take a little look on the inside of this 36. Boehner's if he's going to try to do anything, he should try to pitch him low, because all that's going to do is really make that wall come up fast, like you just saw it do. It made him really pull a little bit of a evasive maneuver to keep off that wall and not get any damage to that car early. Shootout guy, you just kind of reminded me, and thank you for that, without even actually doing anything. But Bill's Legend, you followed the channel just after the race ended last week. If you're here tonight, thank you very much for the follow, sir. I didn't get a chance to send that message to you earlier, but 36 of Banner still staying in the top 5 with the 42 of Amore smoking right behind him, and also the 95 James Come out really washing up high. Going to have to get off the throttle, keep it off the wall, get back on the gas. As you see the 36 to 42 here side by side going down into turn 1 and 2. It looks like the 42 of Amore Smoke is going to have the line. 95 James Kamal might be trying to duck inside his 36, maybe get on that apron a little bit, just wash the young buck up just a tad. Now here comes the 2 of oh boy, Stout Whiskey. Which big message from Stout earlier. Stout has told me that he will actually be one to call the races with me on Tuesday night. So on Tuesdays, it'll be all about me and Stout and me, whatever you want to say. But it'll be great to have somebody steady in the either the truck or Xfinity series. I know we've got HD Motorsports here with me normally on Thursday nights, but again, I'm guessing he has first left or something. No big deal. We can take care of it. Here's the 11 of Engel, kind of all by himself. I think he's got the car Mears. No, I'm sorry. Oh boy, I can't even remember right now. But yeah, looks like 95 was able to get by that 36 of Boehner. 2 is Stout Whiskey, still kind of hunting these guys down. It's kind of a nice paint scheme for Stout. That all black with white too. Looks pretty good. Viper, 1 of God Power, right behind him. 12 at night, showing a little muscle, pulling real close to the one of God Power's back bumper. He got into the corner, just a little bit better. All right, there's a little Hoglinger back in chat. Saying, let's go JC. Yeah, I agree. I'll actually go ahead and try to find old JCX12 for you. I'm not quite sure where he qualified. There he is, rocking this special paint scheme. Now, let's see, JCX12, Carol, Striker, and there's one other. They're all running these special. Oh no, there's the 4 of Natty Dread. Okay, so we didn't miss the race. Awesome. But yeah, they're all running Tennessee Balls paint scheme. Unfortunately, Carroll lost his grandfather here this last weekend, and he was a huge Tennessee Balls fan, just like his whole family, and he wanted to kind of pay tribute to his grandfather. Special shout out Carol and everybody on your team. That's helping just a small bit of tribute to your grandfather. Keep going through. There's 24 Cody. Again, that's Rock NASCAR's pick. Here's the 9 of Carol. I'm going to go ahead and pull up one of these feeds here and get us a quick lap count. I don't know near the end of stage 1 just yet. Carroll really looks like he's down on that apron pretty good. Now, once he loosens up that car, he may not be able to do that. It really all depends on which preset he went with. A lot of really good racing around here. I'm trying to make sure I stay moving around as much as I can. Looks like the 20s CDMX just fell into the clutches of the 42 of More Smoke. Moore was able to get right on by him. Here comes the 11 of Ingalls. Let's see. Next time one of these guys passes the start finish line, again, I'll go ahead and get us a lap count. Since the 20 looks like he's falling off kind of early, I'm guessing he might have gone with a higher preset. So that'll be good for now. As long as there's too much track position. I mean, these guys are really racing it. They're really getting after it. As it looks like there's 21 laps to go. The 95 James Kamal was able to pull up on a 20. Here comes the 36 of Boehner, right along with the 2 Stout Whiskey. They're all going to be able to really pounce on this 20. But once that 20 gets into the pits and he's able to tighten up that car, he won't really have too much to worry about. I'm sure he'll work his way right back up to the front again. That is something that CJ Metros is absolutely known for. And in fact, if you're a fan of the Pro League and or been following the qualifiers, things like that, CJ Metros actually finished in P3 out of 100 in the Charlotte qualifiers. This week they're at Bristol, so great run by CJ Metros. There's 13 of Rowdy. Rowdy also finished in the top 20, I believe, in those qualifiers. Boehner also finished, I believe, in the top 30. I don't recall Ingalls if I saw him anywhere. Let's keep going through. The 42 of More Smoke, he finished also inside the top 20. That Whiskey also finished in the top 20. So even though all these guys, they're well known for their default. But I'll tell you what, you put a setup under them, and they can drive the wheels off that too. A lot of these NNR guys did very, very well in the first round of the qualifiers at Charlotte last week. So good job to all them. Here's the 8 car of Smitty. He's also caught up in 20 as you start to see ducking down the pit road. They had 21 laps to go, so it looks like they're doing pretty well. Rowdy, what's happening? Yeah, Rowdy, I've got a few bottles of water and about 15 holes sitting next to me, try to get through this. So, yeah, excuse me. Yeah, I'm trying, man. I am trying. Unfortunately, I'm missing HD tonight, so it's all me, myself, and I. But thanks for checking in, bud. Here, 37 Pro Viper making his way down here, making that final left to the commitment line. Again, 12 Knights. Nice little pack back here. Double O of Augustus. Down pit right now. Here's a 19 Striker. Got the 12 to his outside. Striker should have the line, but if Knights actually goes ahead and pitches him down, which looks like he's going to do, looks like Knights really got into that corner just a little hot, or he's going to try to diamond out the corner and get a great run off that corner. He's going to try to pass 19 going into 3 and 4. He will have the high line, so it looks like he did that, on purpose. Great move by Knights to get past that 19. Very good pass. Here's the 88 in Dohar running that Lumar. I think it's like Lumar Technology, Lumar.com. Pretty good paint scheme. Dohar had a bit of a Twitch session earlier, talking about the kind of a Q&A thing, and it gave out a lot of really useful information. Guys, when you get a second, look up Dohar if he's not already on your Twitch. And he really does put out a lot of useful information. He knows what he's talking about as far as he was there last year. Um, yeah, JC's absolutely. I mean, I've ballistic, you and hog liquor and whatnot. You sound like you know him. Mike, I don't think Mike could be a little bit better than me. I don't know. But yeah, he's JC. I've said this a few times. If JC gets hot and starts clicking off top threes, top fives, and whatnot, um, he can win a few races this year. He just needs to get that consistency back that I know he's capable of. I've raced with JC a lot of years. I yeah, he can be a force to be reckoned with. So I agree with you both 100%. There's one of God Power making his way down the pit road. There's a 60 heated man. Yeah. 22 and J-Pa. I know I saw Cole in there earlier. There's J-Pa. Still, he's just now pulling into pit road. He was out there quite a bit longer than some of the other guys. So maybe J-Pa is trying a little bit of strategy. Here's the 47 Sledgehammer. Now Sledgehammer is another one that's streaming tonight. Speaking of streaming, let me go ahead and get a lap count for us. It's definitely been a little bit. Got to be coming to the end of stage one. This time I'll check in with the 42 of more smoke as it comes from the start finish line. They got 10 laps to go. Sorry about that. I had to kind of look myself for a second. But that was a great move by Stout to be able to get under the 11 and 40 of Outlaw to advance his position. Very good job. Get back to let's see. Grab a quick drink here. Keep going through. Here's 21. Actually, 21 looks like it might have a little bit of hood damage. Let's see. Okay, no, maybe not. It looked like it might be just a little bit in the hood, but it's nothing severe. Yeah, it looks like the left side is crinkled up just a little bit. It shouldn't really ail him much. When he gets the chance to go back down pit road for the stage break, he'll be able to get that fixed up. Looks like the 88's gonna pull over and kind of let the 24 of Cody go. Cody must have a bit of a hot rod. He's past the 88. He's getting past the 6 of Heated Snowman. Pull a slide job in front of that 6. That was nice. Audio volume is low, huh? All right. Let's see what I can do about that. How's that, Rock? Is that any better? So first stage has been all caution free. We're gonna try to catch back up to our leaders. I'm sure the 13 is up there. There's the 36 of Boehner. I know he was in the top 5. Um, the beer and the cracker jacks. Yeah, that sounds awesome. Let's see. Golfs, NNR Mountain rocking that fire aid. The paint scheme that a whole bunch of y'all voted on. 95 of Kamal is 42 of More Smoke. I'm gonna guess the Moore is probably pretty close to the lead. He's getting under the 8 of Nomar right now. But I'll go ahead and I'll pull up. He is close to the front, and that'll give me a reference point. Right now it's saying a More Smoke is in P2. Rowdy's actually leading this group right now. So I'll go ahead and try to find him. Nomar is in 3rd, Avian 4th, Heated Snowman in 5th. Guys. So let's go ahead and find Rowdy right quick before this ends. Moore is about a half second behind him, so I don't know if Moore's going to be able to catch Rowdy, but we can certainly get on the hood Rowdy looking back. You can see the 42 right there stalking him. Rowdy does have a little bit of lap traffic to contend with. Looks like it's going to be the against the 9 Carroll, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Now Carroll's going to want to try to stay on the lead lap if at all possible, but that looks like that's the stage right there. So there's yeah. So Carroll's able to stay on the lead lap. Rowdy just not locked up the max points for stage 1 with a More Smoke right behind, Aviator, Ingalls, and a Heated Snowman. Behind those guys, you've got Boehner, James Kamal, Nohar, Stout Whiskey, Siege, MX Rose. That's your top 10 with God Power and Smitty rounding out your top 12. So great run by those guys. I'm gonna try to get back up again to the 3rd. Actually, I'll stay right here with the 42 of More Smoke. Now, for all you JCX fans, this will give him the opportunity to make it down pit road and fix up that little bit of hood damage that he had. Rock, does the game sound any better, or Hog Liquor or Ballistic? The game audio sound a little bit louder? Sound better? Right along with the 20 CGMX, kind of right around mid-pack. Going to be awesome. Good, glad to hear it. He's really going to be digging and trying to make up as many positions as he can while the tires are still very new. Right now, it looks like he's up to the 88 bumper. The one of God Power going to pull right along, even with the God Power going to check to the inside now of the 88. 88 looks like he's right behind the 6th Snowman, but in front of these guys, it really looks like it's starting to get single filed out already. Rock, I've got my audio all the way up, so I'll turn the game back down a little bit. All right. Let's see. Rocket could also be me. I'm still trying to recover. A little bit of a shot to the back end of Boehner, I saw right there. Somebody definitely didn't check up as much as he did. It might have been the 20, it could have been the 1. Been the 6 right there, not 100 short. Back with the 11 Big Golf, running P3 right now. Let's check who's right around him. Looks like the 48 of the Aviator, and the 95 of James Kamal having a really good run tonight. Let's see here. I'll try to turn myself up just a little bit more. All right, let's. That should be just a little bit better. I don't want it to get it to where it breaks up though. And again, my voice is not back at 100%. 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. struggler. I'd love to give a yeehaw, a healthy one or a hearty one, but yeah, it's just that would send me into a coughing fit, and unfortunately, yeah, I don't want to do that right now. But I definitely appreciate y'all coming out and you know following JCX. Uh, I know he's a hell of a guy. Back to the 95. Come on now, come on. He's been running pretty strong. If I go back to either Sledgehammer or Carroll Stream, I'm sure it'll show me where that 95 is. Let's see. Kamal right now is actually sitting in P4. So great run by this 95. He absolutely needs the points. He needs a shot in the arm. It'll be great if he can actually keep digging and make his boosters. All right, I'm back. Let's see here. All right. So I've been on the hood view here of the 95 for a few laps. Looks like he's the 48 of the Aviator starting to track him down just a little bit, and it looks like he's got the 36 of Boehner not too far behind him. Let's kind of get back to the track view. There's a 2 Stout Whiskey. Again, guys, except for that stage break, we've gone 100% caution free. So a whole lot of really hard, clean racing. Some people aren't really a fan of this track, but tell you what, it's a lot of fun to watch because there are so many different grooves. Just like you're seeing the 2 get under the 48, but because the 48 kind of diamond out that corner, you got a really good run off the high side. Here's the double O of Augustus now inside that 2. So they've been riding side by side now for a couple laps, but it looks like the 2 is going to be able to hold that position and keep things rolling. Back to the 8 cars, Smitty. Smitty's running some new colors here. The Love Kalahari Chevrolet. It was a pretty nice looking car. I don't think I'd ever actually seen that before. Best car this week, it's kind of hard to tell, Ballistic. Kamal's really been running people down. The 48 seems pretty stout. I know that you guys definitely have your unbiased opinion, right? I know. I'm gonna keep going through. Here's the 88 of Dohar. Let's take a look back from Dohar. I thought he might have been maybe closer to the lead, but there's the 38 of Mountaineer kind of running him down just a little bit. All right, there we go. Looks like the stream should be better now. Yeah, I've definitely got some bad weather rolling through the area. Um, we've had, I mean, all around North Carolina, there have been tornado watches or warnings and whatnot. So yeah, we definitely they really do try, Hoglicker. They absolutely try. This is by far one of the best on console, the best on presets, hands down. Yeah, these guys do a great job every week. By the way those three just went through the corner, you would almost think that the caution was out, but nope, they were just nose to tail, just like that. Looks like there's the 20th CGMX Rose just got past the 13 of Rowdy. Now earlier, Rowdy got held up just a little bit. Um, only getting audio. Um, Mama Bear, I wish I knew where your brother was. I have no idea. I know that he's been working a lot of hours, and I'm guessing he's probably overslept, if I'm not mistaken. I know the man's working a lot. It's good to see you, though. Are you back to being able to see the stream again? Gotcha. Yeah. That's all right. That's all right. Let's see here. 13 looks like he's coming out of the pits as they're three wide right above him between the 11 of Ingalls, the 8 of Smitty, and that was the 47 of Sledgehammer. All right, good. Papa Bear, does it look better to you now? Well, Mama Bear, when you talk to him, tell him he was definitely missed. It's not gonna be easy trying to find somebody to work with when he's got to go away from business. Gotcha. Yeah. Um, it's absolutely pretty bad, and I know down there near Randleman, it was worse. I heard there were quite a few, or not quite a few, but at least one or two tornadoes that touched down and whatnot. So at least one in Kannapolis, I know of for sure. So you stay safe tonight. Let me go ahead and grab us a lap count here right quick. Got to be coming through at least the middle of stage 3. I'll go ahead and I'll pull up the stream of Boehner this time. And it looks like we've got 10 laps to go in stage 2. And let me see if I can find out who our leaders are if he switches his stream up here just a little bit. I always wonder if this isn't the fight for the lead right here. between the 88 of Dohar, the 11 of Ingalls, the 42 of no, actually I think these are a little bit further back. Not quite sure who's in the lead right now. I think there might actually be a couple people that have not pit yet, if I'm not mistaken. Let me keep going through though. There's a 22 of J-Pop for Bills and Exodus Maverick and Q-Dog or anybody else that might be in looking for your buddy. Looks like J-Pop's got a pretty clean car right now. Right now behind the 00 of Buckshot of Buckshot. 00 of Augustus with the 95 of James Kamal right in front of him. So if he's around or near the 95, he must be having a pretty good run. Kamal, he's been pretty solid tonight. But right now, your leaders, it is actually this pack right here. Nope, not that pack. The pack I was just on a minute ago. The 11 of Ingalls. Let me go ahead and find him for us real quick. There he is. So this is your battle right now. Ingalls in the 11. Then you've got the 20 of CGMX Rose, the 42 of Amore Smoke, a 13 of Rowdy, and the 48 of the Aviator. As it just looks like the 11 got it up on two wheels. That's kind of interesting. So teammates 1 and 2, teammates 2 and 4, and then Rowdy, which is now part of Dirty Air Motorsports, sitting right there in P4, and they've got 5 laps to go. So I'm gonna get back to my stream here. Really looks like Rose is starting to apply quite a bit of pressure to the 11. He might be trying to, get to his inside, maybe try to outbrake him going into one of these corners. But right now, the 11 is not having any of it. But here comes the 42 of Amore Smoke, and a little bit of lag right there. It's definitely not the end of the stage. Car's just kind of jerking around just a little bit. Here he comes again. 20's going to try to look to the inside. But the 11 of Ingalls should get a pretty decent run off the corner. Got to be coming down to about 2 to go, give or take. Here comes the 20 again. Going to try to dive it to the inside of the 11 of Ingalls. And that's still allowing the 42 of Amore Smoke to close in just a little bit each lap. But then the 11 gets a real good jump off the corner, allows him to keep his lead. But yet the 20 keeps getting into just a little bit better. Here he comes, 20 of CGMX Rose to the inside of the 11 right now. These are teammates battling for position. 20's going to be hard on the brakes. 11's going to let it coast in just a little bit too much. That's going to allow the 20 of CGMX Rose to really slide under, almost pull a little bit of a slide job. Wasn't able to complete it right there, and that should be, I believe that's the end of the stage. I think the 20 of CGMX Rose just stole that one. Or nope, they're still under green actually. That's got to be it's got to be coming down to the end though. Okay, yeah, so that last lap right there was the finish. So you have the 11 of Ingalls, the 20 of CGMX Rose, the 42 of Amore Smoke, the 13 of NNR Rowdy, and then you got the 48 of the Aviator. So your top 5 right now is completely stacked. Behind the Aviator, you got Stout Whiskey, then Augustus, then you've got J-Paw in 8th, Boehner in 9th, JCX12 sitting there in 10th, God Power in 11th, James Kamal 12th, JRM Dohar in 13th, and NNR Outlaw sitting in P14, and that is going to wrap up your second stage. And I think I heard a familiar voice. Could it be? I think I heard HD.
Okay, one moment, I'm having a mic issue.
All right, buddy.
All right, now I can hear you. I'm sorry, dude. I literally passed out.
All good, man. I figured as much. No big deal. I know they've been working a whole lot of crazy hours. We're going to actually get back to green right here with the 95 of J. Kamal actually starting on P1. I'm guessing he forgot to pit because he just dropped like a rock to the back. So the 11 Ingal is going to take the point with the 20 CGMX Rose right behind him. Here comes the 2-car Stout Whiskey underneath the 42 of Amore Smoke. Stout's real strong off the corner. Amore's going to be able to lay the throttle down, though, on that high line to be able to pull away with the 13 of Rowdy right behind him. Whew, how you feeling, buddy?
Tired.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It was kind of funny because I looked at the clock the first time. I was like, yeah, it's like 2 hours. And I wake up again, I'm like, good God, it's 9:45.
Yeah, I sent you a message, and I figured you had passed out, and then your sister checked into the stream and says, "Where is that lazy HD?" And I said, "Well, we're gonna cut him a break this week. No big deal. Definitely missed though. I'm not gonna lie.
I bet. How many laps are left?
They just started H3.
Okay, sure. All right, so I'm loading it right now.
Okay. Let me know when you're online. I'll wait. So all you JCX fans, here he is right now, right behind this, right behind the 48 of the Aviator. So that after that last pit stop, it looks like he was able to get quite a bit of good track position. Either that or he kept it or stole it somehow. I don't know. Maybe that Tennessee Vols paint scheme that he's got is giving him +5 horsepower. And then you see the 13 of Rowdy. You see the I heard somebody get into the wall right there. Not quite sure who that was, but there's the 22 with J-Pot. All right, I see we just jumped online. Okay. There you go, sir.
Yep,
You're gonna be off
loading it right now.
That's fine. Take your time. If you need another one, let me know.
Will do, bud. Will do. So how's the race going, man? Who's currently winning?
So far, it's like well, I don't want to say the cream of the crop always rises to the top, but yeah, it's been all CGMX Rose, all Rowdy, all Aviator, all Ingals, more Smoke. Kamal's had a really strong car. JCX 12 worked his way up through the field. J-Paz right around 7th to 8th. Stout Whiskey's been his car is rolling through the center like nobody's business. It's been a great race.
Alright, so we're loading in.
I'll actually
load it in here.
All right, I'll actually go ahead and I'll pull, since I saw more Smoke up towards the lead here. I'll go ahead and I'll pull his stream up. They are on lap 84 of 150, just a little past halfway, and it looks like Amore, he's sitting right now, I'm going to guess, in P3, right behind the 11 of Ingals and the 20 is CGMX Rose. He doesn't have the roster up in front of him, so I'm not quite sure who's right behind him, but looks like the 42 is rocking third place pretty steadily right now. Looks like keep going through the field here. We got 36 of Boehner. On the inside of the 6, a Heated Snowman right behind the 1 of God Power, and God Power is going to give a little bit of a push. It looks like to that 19 of Striker.
All right, man, we're loaded in. As we're like on lap 85 of 150.
Yeah,
Better late than never, man. Better late than never.
It's I know your job's working you like a workhorse. So, man, I completely. But welcome, man. Good to hear your voice.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm trying to
And
load
keep,
in.
let's see. Here's a 38 of NNR Mountain right on the inside. I'm sorry, the outside rather of Coe. A lot of these guys, HD, on like Saturday or Sunday, Xbox had a day where you can go and change your gamer tag for free. A lot of these guys went and switched their gamer tag and added the NNR in the front. Like KG Swats is now NNR Swats. Mountaineers is NNR Mountain. Carroll changed his to NNR Carroll 9. Um, yeah, a lot. Boehner is now NNR Boehner. Cowboy Matt is now NNR Cowboy. So yeah, a lot of these guys are really picking up and showing a lot of their community pride, man.
I like it. You like to see that, man. I'm trying to find a website so I can see people's numbers.
Bills Legend, thank you very much for checking in. And I said a quick thank you also earlier in the beginning of the stream. I wanted to thank you for the follow on the channel. It looks like you followed it maybe just after the Xfinity race was done. But no, all the same, man. Thanks for the follow, sir. I didn't want to go without saying thank you. Here comes that too. Stout Whiskey just got by the 42 of a more smoke on the outside. Here he is again, going to pinch the 42 of a more smoke down low. He's going to get a great run off the corners. 42 is not going to be able to get in the throttle. The two cars going to have that run off the high side, and there it is again. Now the other two cars, Stout Whiskey is going to try to hunt down the teammates running first and second, and again that's the 20 is CGMX Rose, which hey, no surprise there, was your pole winner, and the 11 of Ingles really close in tow. So right now first is the 11. I'm sorry, the 20 of CGMX Rose. Second is the 11 of Ingles. Third is the 2 is Stout Whiskey. Fourth is the 42 of a More Smoke. Then it's the 13 of Rowdy. 48 of the Aviator. And Q-Dog J-Paw running P6 right now.
As I finally got everything situated. No surprise here, Pete, to see that 20 car CGMX Rose out here in front. New Hampshire, baby, flat track. One of his best tracks, and like you said, the 11 of Ingles, though, hanging on there just a bit, about 10 car lengths behind the young fella. Now, it's a little bit separated from third place, but third place, Stout Whiskey, starting to get a little pressure from that 42.
You know, HD, we had a talk last year during the qualifiers that CGMX Rose was just a little too young for the Pro League. I guess he didn't turn 16 or whatever it was in time for it all to start or whatever. Last week they had their qualifying race races, I guess, a whole week of Charlotte. He finished in third place behind Garbage and Track Bar. So Rose is really going to put a lot of pressure on these Pro League guys, I think.
If Rose does not get drafted, I'm going to say this right now. If he doesn't get drafted, the whole thing's a scam. Kid's one of the best out there on the game. You know, he's got a lot of heart. You know, he's evolved a little bit, I think, here lately. Getting a little bit more demanding. I think he's starting to realize how good he is, so I think he needs to tone that down just a bit. But without a doubt, man, I mean, he's one of the best, and he should definitely get drafted.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I guess they've got a whole lot of ways to track all the wall bangers and how many clean passes you make and how many laps you lead, how many wins you get, where you start, where you finish. I guess they've got all this to be able to track it now. But yeah.
Well, look right here, though, Pete. Out here on the track, the 42 of a More Smoke was finally able to get by that two car, a Stout Whiskey. And Stout Whiskey's under pressure on the outside as he's going to go ahead and let this guy go on by. That's going to be the 13 of Rowdy.
Yeah, 13. I don't know if Stout maybe made a little bit of contact with the wall, or maybe he's wearing off that right rear. He was definitely making a tear through the field in the beginning. Yeah, he's definitely dropping back just a little bit. They should be making green flag pit stops here really soon, so he might want to back down that right rear tire pressure just a little bit if that's what's ailing that that black tune machine right now, but still be running top 5 behind him. A little bit of a battle between the 48 and the 22 and J-Paw. I see a little bit of contact here between the 88 and the 12 of Knights. I'm going to try to, there we go. Here's the 48 and the 22 in front of the 00 of Augustus.
When you get a chance, to me, I literally lost connection. That's the first time it's ever happened. But I lost connection.
Yep, not a problem. I'll get you right now.
What in the world's going on? I'm losing connection. I'm late for races. Just fire me.
No. All
right, get ready to load back in.
I'll have go yell at you later.
Oh God, wait! I can't wait. Oh Lord, I literally came home, ate some pasta.
Josky 942. Thank you very much for the follow, sir. Appreciate that, sir. See the 19 making his way down pit road. There's the 88 with the 37. I'm sorry, 47 of Sledgehammer right behind him.
All right, here we are. We're finally back into this baby.
Yeah, Bill's J-Paw is having a strong run. It looks like right now, though, he might have wore his stuff down just a little bit. As you saw the 22 just come off that corner, and the car kind of kicked sideways on him just a little bit. Yeah, Mama Bear, he's here.
Yeah, I sent her a text message saying I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, she says in chat, Lazy Bum showed up.
Yeah, she sent me a text message saying no NNR tonight. I was like, oh God, yeah, no NNR, but just gonna show up late, fashionably late.
There you go. Let's see here.
Yeah, but you look up here, it looks like the 42 of a more smoke 13 are rowdy, actually starting to catch up to some car in front of them, but I think that's gonna be a lap down vehicle, this orange car. I think CGMX Rosa's still got the 11. Let's go look at the. No, the 11 is not there, so that might be the 11 in second place. You're ready to fall in the crash of that 42 of a more smoke and 13 rowdy.
Yeah, I know Rowdy, I believe, won the first stage, and he was coming up on the 9 of Carroll, about ready to lap him. Carroll's whole team is actually running a special paint scheme. I'm not sure if I told you or not, but Carroll lost his grandfather last weekend, so they're all running a special orange Tennessee Vols color paint scheme. Him, the 4 Natty Dread, the 19 Striker, and there's one other I can't remember the name right now, but yeah, they're all running Tennessee orange for his grandfather.
Yeah, and you hate to hear that except for Carroll. Carroll's one of my good friends on here. I was actually able to meet Carroll down in Charlotte. He's an awesome guy. You hate to hear that. Definitely wishing the best for him and his family. And actually, that is going to be the 19 Striker that the 42 and the 13 are going to come up on. So I'm assuming the 11 Pete already pit.
Yeah, I was just going through the pits. I saw the 95 in pits, saw a few others as well. So we're definitely in the deep in the green flag pit stops here. Let's see. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna take a quick drink of one of these 3 bottles of water I've got going on here, and I'll be right back.
All right, man. I'll go ahead and take it over as the Young Gun CGMX Rose in the 20 is still gonna be your race leader up here, entering down into the turns 1 and 2. Riding up a little bit through the corner, getting that beautiful arc off, straight as can be, getting all the power down, and good Lord, I lagged out again. What in the world's going on?
Well, that's no good. All right, let's get you back in here. Let's see.
The NASCAR heat gods are not happy with me right now.
Yeah, they're mad that you haven't made any qualifier appearances, I'm guessing.
Oh, yeah. No, I've actually been looking at that a little bit to see the names on there. It doesn't surprise me about top 5, really. I mean, Track Bar, Rose, Bolt. I mean, it doesn't really surprise you. As we're on lap 106 of 150 right now.
All right, so 44 more laps to go. Definitely deal with that. Let's see here.
All right, as it looks like Rose actually is coming off of pit road. As when I come back in, because he's down below the yellow line, here he is coming up out of turn 2. CGMX Rose as green flag pit stops cycle through. So how's the racing been all week, Pete? Has there been a lot of cautions? Has it been clean for the most part?
No, it's been clean for the most part. I was really expecting the dirt derby at Aurora for on Sunday night with the trucks to have a few issues, but no, that went off really well. A lot of guys, a little bit of beating and banging at the end by a new guy to the community. He ended up like literally driving Soroka into the inside wall, and they went back and watched the stream, and I guess the guy actually had somebody else driving for him or something like that. So the kid was booted, and Soroka was actually credited with the win because the guy that actually won the race, God Power, was Cup regular, and Soroka was in front of him before that all happened. So Soroka was given the win, given the points, and all was made right in that world. And then on Tuesday night, there really weren't too many cautions in there either. It's been pretty uneventful, but I'll tell you what, those Xfinity guys, they put on a pretty good race. I mean, there were times where those guys were 3 and 4 wide at this track. It looked great. If you get a chance, go back and take a look. A lot went on.
Oh, definitely. And New Hampshire surprisingly actually creates some pretty good racing, considering though it's a flat track basically. It does create that racing. The corners are very wide, and actually there are multiple lines you can use and be used and be fast. And you're seeing it right here. CGMX Rose, though he's not really dipping down to the L just yet as he almost taps the wall at the turn 4 down the front stretch with under 40 laps to go. I gotta know, can I still put my pick in?
Yeah, go right ahead.
I'm picking the 20
I know who's
CGMX
going
Rose.
to be. Excuse me. Yeah, still trying to chase this.
Oh, man. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and pick that 20 car. CGMX Rose is my pick. And I've only been here under 5 minutes. It's okay. It's okay. I can still put it in.
Yeah. I get you. Well, if he doesn't win, you know he's going to curse you if he ends up around for post-race interviews. So, yeah, we'll have to see.
All right. Well, yeah, because last time I think we picked him or whatever, he was dominating a race just like this. Ended up losing his baby on fuel strategy. So I'm assuming that he's probably... he might actually have to pit one more time considering it's on ×3. So they might have one more green flag pit stop before this thing's all said and done.
I would imagine so, yeah. During stage 1 and stage 2, they kind of cut it right down the middle. So it wouldn't surprise me to see who's able to stay out a little bit on those tires. It seems like that right rear really has been wearing before anything else. And I'm not sure if you saw with anybody that's gone down pit road yet, or if you've been here for that, but they're going down pit road a different way. Going into 3 and 4, there's a little bit of a road course that starts right there. They're actually pulling into that road course and working their way down pit road. They're not following 3 and 4 all the way around on the apron. So it's,
and that's honestly a pretty good call there from Coey and the admins, because if you do that, that's a lot of checking up. There's also a big opportunity that you can actually go back up into the racing groove, because hitting that apron going about 160 miles an hour down into turn 3 is not going to be the easiest to be able to hold that thing on there. So good call from the admins. You don't hear me say that often about Coey, but good call, Coey.
It's really appreciated.
Nah, Coey's a good guy.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I just like busting.
That's right. He returns it. I know he can give it and take it. Speaking of Coey, actually just landed on him in the pits. That hood is all crumpled up. Tires are still, I am guessing, that 24 is expired. So Coey in the pits early.
That is no good.
No good at all.
I'm trying to gauge how far this 20 car CGMX Rose currently has a race lead. Where's this dude again? Here he is right here. And I'm assuming he's down basically at turn 2. Rowdy, the 11. And these boys are actually starting to enter down into turn 1 right now. So I'm going to say, Pete, that this 20 car CGMX Rose probably has about a whole track lead on these guys, I'm going to say. At least whole turn.
Yeah, he's definitely been throwing down some fast laps. When I look behind that 20, you know, his closest, as he was coming across the start finish line, you know, I'm guessing second place was just coming off of you know, coming off the corner, unless that is that's a lap car. But still need those tools, HD. Still need them.
Yeah, it is pretty difficult, but going back here to Rowdy, he's actually got the 11 of Ingalls right in front of him, so maybe in the next couple laps here, we might see it heat up just a bit for this top 3 battle. Second and third place behind these guys is that 42 of Lamore Smoke, currently sitting P4. And there's Rowdy diving it down in a turn 1, pushing the 11 up just a bit. He's got the 6 Ahita Snowman in front. It's going to play a big part in this battle. Rowdy trying to use him as a pick. Drag race down the backstretch.
Yeah, big drag race down the backstretch, as you said. He's going to try to use the 11 up just a little bit there. But the 6 of Heated Snowman, I'm not sure if he got a little bit of a draft off him or what that was, but I just realized that the 13 of Rowdy is running a Shriners Hospital paint scheme this week. Good for him as we all continue to raise Ethan strong.
Yeah, you know, you can't say that enough, man. Hashtag Ethan Strong. Definitely pulling for Jelly Roll and his family every single week. As there goes Rowdy checking up just a bit there in turns 3 and 4. The 11 of God Power almost got to his bumper. Don't want to do that too many times here, especially at a short track. These boys will give the bumper as we're coming down to turn 1. There's that 13 diving in there just a bit, so he can't get there. He's going to arc this baby. Good strong run off of turn 2. He's going to separate himself just a bit as there's contact between the 6 and the 11.
Yeah, I think the 11 got into that throttle a little too early and washed up all the way into the 6 of Heated Snowman, put the 6 into the wall. They both bounced off. They both lost a ton of time to those guys.
Yeah, and that's going to move the 42 of More Smoke up to P3. So yet another good, consistent run for that man right there. The 11 is going to drop back to P4. Stout Whiskey still running in P5, but he's starting to get a little bit of pressure. There's a wreck down the front stretch. There's a huge wreck. Caution is out. The 4 car of Natty Dread is doing the Wumba Wumba dance down the front stretch.
This will actually be our first non-stage caution, HD. So, yeah, that's pretty phenomenal for a flat 1 mile track, multi-groove. I mean, yeah, we saw a little bit here and there, a little bit of a little bit of door bang, a little bit of wall contact, but man, that's pretty good racing so far.
I mean, 1 caution, yeah, you can't beat it, but with under 40 laps to go, if I'm not mistaken, we might see a few more, Pete. There's going to be a lot of people diving it down into their corners, trying to pick up every single spot they can. But here we are, green flag's about to go back up in the air with that 20 of CGMX Rose, 42 of More Smoke, 13 of Rowdy, rounding out your top 3.
Yep, we're going to take them back to green. Like you said, 20 up front, 42 to the outside. We now got 25 laps to go. Here comes the 13 of Rowdy right underneath, trying to get underneath the 11. He's going to pinch him all the way to the apron. There's the 48 of the Aviator, rounding out your top 5. In 6th, it looked like that was the 1 car. Good run tonight by God Power. He had a little bit of maybe riding a little momentum from his other league success, and kind of winning the dirt race at Eldora on Sunday night. good run for God Power. He's been a little hard on himself here lately. And there's the 00 of Augustus, and looks like the 88 of Dohar to round out this this single file line right now.
Man, ever since that 00 of Augustus came up to the Cup Series, he's been finding himself in the top 10 more times than not. So his good, strong season after being moved up is continuing to go on. But Pete, the biggest loser out of that all after it's said and done, I think is going to be the 2-car of Stout Whiskey, because he's sitting back out there just outside the top 10 after running in P5.
Yeah, that's going to be a rough time for Stout to try to make his way back to the front if he can, in 23 laps, give or take. But if he still has his car turning the way that it was earlier, he's going to be able to undercut a lot of these guys, maybe outbrake them without getting into the corner too hot, and get it up and off the corner. I don't think 20 laps is really enough to kill that right rear. He might still have enough enough tread on that tire to pull it into victory lane.
Yeah, without a doubt, man. He's been having a good season long, but as we're looking at this battle for third, or what was for third, between that 13 of Rowdy and a 42 of More Smoke, that battle right there, this showed you how racy this track can be, because the 13 of Rowdy was on the outside, 42 was down low on the inside. They were side by side for about 2 laps until Rowdy was able to get a strong enough run off the corner, down a backstretch to move Rowdy up to P3. Now More Smoke sitting P4 under a little bit of pressure.
Yep, under a little bit of pressure from that 00, old buckshot numbers. I know I keep saying it, but man, that was the first. That's actually the first NASCAR driver I ever met. Buckshot numbers. And it looks like the 48's now going to be able to cut under that 00 of Augustus, and with a little bit of a push from the 1 of God Power. They've kind of washed up towards that wall together. 42 of them More Smoke. 13 of Rowdy starting to skate away just a little bit because these guys are running single file. Looks like that 42 kind of washed up a little too high. Either that or he's trying to diamond out that corner. But the more the guys behind him continue to run double wide, it's going to allow these guys to skate away just a bit more.
Yeah, without a doubt. And with them going, honestly, Pete, I'm going to go back to your Buck Jones comment. If you wouldn't have said that, I'd probably be like, yeah, right, that's a made-up name. Yeah, here he is again, man. Augustus in the 00, currently running in 5th place, right behind last year's almost season champion and battling with last year's season champion in that 48 car. They're still going at it for that top 5 spot as we got the 22 of J. Paul. I know there's a lot of J. Paul fans out there in chat. He's currently riding behind the 1 of God Power. Now between J. Paul and about 9th place now, I think that 2-car of Stout Whiskey cracked that top 10.
Yep, he just got it. He just made his way around the 88 of Dohar, and they're in front of, I believe that's the 4 of Natty Dread, right behind the 88. Not 100% sure. All of those orange cars look the same tonight, as we got 17 laps to go.
Woo!
Flying through here. Let's see. Hog Liquor in chat saying JCX 12 all day. JC all day, baby. Let's see. I keep working my way through here. 12 car Knights kind of running all by himself. A little bit of damage to the front of that car. He had a really strong run earlier. He was making a lot of moves, really diamonding out the corner, getting in and getting these the strong runs off. It looks like something's happened, and he's definitely got a lot of track to himself.
There might be a caution. I don't know. They're down below the yellow line, down the backstretch. Not sure how caution flag's been flying this week in New Hampshire, but we got 2 cars spinning down there. Someone hit the outside wall at a turn 2. Sadly collected someone with them. As Pete, I think we're going to stay green.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to stay green. That looks like it was the 6 of Stout Whiskey. And one of those other Carl Motorsports cars belonging to NNR Carroll. Let's see. Here's the 22 of J-Paw. As you said earlier, really pulling hard behind the 1 of God Power. God Power's got the 48 of the Aviator behind him. behind God Power. It looks like that's the 2 cars Stout Whiskey. He keeps picking up the positions and laying them down. I believe he's back in the top 10. I'm going to go ahead and pull the stream this time from Carroll to get an idea. It looks like Carroll right now is behind the 88 of Joe Hart. Yeah, Carroll's running in P11 right now, so that puts the 2 cars Stout Whiskey in P9. So he's cracked the top 10 again, and we've got 13 laps to go.
There you go, laps winding down at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, and 13 laps is not a lot because that's really a blink of eye as the 20th CGMX Rose has got about a whole straightaway lead on the 11 of Ingalls. So here's a little bit of a battle though for 5th place. We got that 00 of Augustus, the 48 of the Aviator. Caution. Yeah.
The 88 of Dohar. I'm not sure if he got loose or got contacted or what, but he went head first into the inside wall. But it actually looks like we're going to stay green.
Yeah, we're staying green as that went on towards the back. That 48 of the Aviator was able to sneak by that 00 of Augustus. So move Aviator up to that top 5 position as he's got the 1 of God Power. Now looking to pounce as well. 22 of J. Paul behind him.
Yeah, and I'm up front right now with this 20. I tell you what, the people at Stanley have really put they put this car together very well. He's rotating the corner, getting the gas down right when he needs to, and he's accelerating hard off of the corner. It doesn't look like there's any wheel spin, not getting loose. This 20 car is on rails right now.
He's cooking and a booking, definitely.
There you go. I haven't heard that from you in a while.
Feels like I haven't been on in a while.
Yeah. Yep. I saw you playing that
Daisy. I'm
Days.
in love.
Yeah, Days game the other night, just before we went live with the truck race. Yeah.
I'll tell you something. The most funniest thing happened real quick is I hijacked someone's car. It was like some European guy hijacked a car. Oh, they were so mad. But it's pretty funny. And we got a bunch of good stuff out of it. We got pretty good loot. So,
Good. Very good.
yeah, it's a fun game. And also, a little side news. I made the playoffs in that iRacing league I'm in. So that's good.
Nice. Yeah. Was that because of your win at Daytona?
No, not necessarily. I finished in 9th place. A couple points up from the cutoff line.
Nice.
So it's
Very
pretty
nice.
good.
Yeah.
So we'll be looking forward to this 5-6 race stretch, and hopefully we can get another championship in this.
And I'll definitely I'll tune in, and I'm sure I'll host it for you or whatever. I'm sure a lot of other people like to watch you lock that in too. So good luck, man. If I don't talk to you between now and then.
Oh yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Yep.
Let's get back out here onto the racetrack as again, with getting under 10 laps to go in the race, is starting to look like, Pete, unless there's a caution. I don't think anybody's going to beat him on fuel strategy this week. This 20 car CGMX Rose will be a race winner.
Yeah, it's Rose, Ingalls, Rowdy, More Smoke, Aviator, and God Power rounding out your top 6. Behind God Power, you got that 22 of J-Pa, I believe, and then not too far back is the 2 of Stout Whiskey. Stout is, he's caught this little pack of 3. He might be able to get 3 more positions if he's able to cook it and a book it, as you say. But I don't think he'll have quite enough time. I'm going to check in on Amore's feed to see what kind of laps we got left. We definitely, as you just said, got to be under 3 to go, as the More Smoke looks like he's applying just a little bit of pressure to his ex-teammate, the 13 of Rowdy.
Well, here we go right here. I don't want to cut you off, but
5
yeah,
laps
there
to
is
go.
that 13 of Rowdy going under that 11 of Ingalls. So move Rowdy up to P2. Rowdy caught him with under 5 laps to go down the backstretch into turn 3. Now can a More Smoke get him for that podium finish here at New Hampshire?
Well, both the 13 of Rowdy and the 11 of Ingalls both went up high in that last corner, and the 42 of More Smoke was able to keep it low and make up just a little bit of time. But now the 11 and the 13 went low, and the More went into that second or third line. So he's really going to have to try to do something, maybe outbreak him or whatever. But right now, your top three is CGMX Rose, Ingalls, and Rowdy.
They actually moved Rowdy up to 2, and Ingalls back to 3.
Yep.
And here comes that 42 with more smoke down the front stretch. So it looks like the 11's having a pretty good run. Actually, the 42 is going to give it a bumper there, saying, hey, I'm here. There's still a few laps left for me to get by. Coming down the backstretch, he's right on his bumper. We'll see if he dives it down into turn 3. There he is with the bumper yet again. Bumps it out of the race crew side by side, coming out of turn 4.
Little bit of door contact right there.
And a little bit of door contact as they're still going side by side through turns 1 and 2. We got the 11 on the outside, but that's going to allow Pete the 48 of the Aviator close that gap in, as well as the 11 is going to get a good run off of turn 2 down the backstretch. 42 of Amore getting a little bit loosey-goosey coming off.
Yeah, I'm guessing the 42 of More Smoke didn't want to go into that corner 3 wide because they had the 6 impeded Snowman to the outside, and that really allowed the 48 of the Aviator to catch up. And there is 1 lap to go, HD.
White flag in there this time by at New Hampshire Speedway. Again, we'd like to throw a shout out to NNR and all of the people in it. Shout out to Shriners Hospital and hashtag Ethan Strong Baby. We're all voting for you in. And we're definitely thinking about you, Carol, and your whole family, you know, after the lovely passing of your grandpa. But here we are as CGMX Rose looking to come around turns 3 and 4 here in any moment to take the checkered flag.
Yep, and that's going to wrap it up for these guys here. So your top 10 Rose, Rowdy, Ingalls, Aviator, More Smoke, God Power, J-Pop, solid top 7, and the game cut off on me. So that ain't going to work. But, yeah, man, these guys are really getting into it in the final stretch. Okay, there we go. J-Pop 7th. Augustus Stout Whiskey was able to come back inside the top 10. Sledgehammer. Yes, Sledgehammer is P10, so pretty solid front runners.
I want to interview my boy Rowdy. I miss him.
You can take that. Be Mike. You can take whoever you want. All right, and I'm gonna back out of that because I don't want to go on to the next track. And
Oh, come on. You want to put practice in?
Speaking of practice, we got Martinsville next week, all 3 series. And then after that is going to be the All-Star race, and that's going to be great.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. And I think all 3 of our guys are here, Pete. New
Awesome.
record.
Hey, they're setting speed records on the track and getting to the booth. Boy, that was a fast burnout. Go right on ahead, bud.
I think Ingalls got 3rd.
Yeah, he did.
Yep.
Yeah, he did.
Ingalls, HD, you got a
Okay.
copy?
I got you, buddy.
All right, man. So I'm going to say I was a little late to the race, but I can see none of you guys were late at all. So I'm not going to lie. I didn't get there until about halfway through stage number 3. How was your car, though, through the whole thing? Take me through your race.
Car, it was definitely fast. It definitely had the short run speed. I kind of struggled with the balance a little bit later in the run. I tried to make some changes there the last run, and it didn't really help. I was fighting just to stay in 3rd. Up until that, it was just kind of back and forth a little bit. Nobody had anything for Rose. He was class of the field by far, you know. So congratulations to him. It's my teammate. So
Don't blow the young guys head up too much. But it looks like you had a good car. But is there anything you think you could have did different? Maybe driving a little bit different to be able to pick up the win?
I probably would have went back on some of those adjustments I made there for that last stint we had. And I think I would have been able to hold on to second, but yeah, Rose was just going to drive away from me no matter what I did. So it kind of was what it was at that point. I had some good racing with him more there at the end, though. I fought very hard for that.
There you go. Good top three finish. Tony, shout outs.
Yeah, just my team, man. Rose and J Pa. Love working with these guys. It's fun every week, and you guys that put on everything. HD yourself there, Pete and Coey for running everything. I'm sure it's a headache at times, and he does a great job. So shout out to all you guys for making this possible.
Man, we definitely thank you for that. Good song finish there, Ingo.
Thanks.
All right, man. And I got to take Rowdy as well. Rowdy, I missed you. How you doing, Alaskan Bull?
It's been a while.
It has been a while, man.
You guys.
How's your vacation been?
It was good. It was very good.
I'm sure it was, man. Probably playing a little extra Call of Duty. Like, yeah, I'll need to practice this week.
Yeah.
Sick or suspended, one of the two happened. But man, coming
both.
to this race, like I said, dude, I was really, really late for this one. Didn't get here until stage 3. Was sleeping on the bed when I woke up and saw it was 9:45. But I knew how to get here because I knew you're gonna get a top 3 finish. How was your race?
It was good. I started third. Won the first stage and all that. Had a good car. It fell off a little bit in the second stage and a little bit in the third. Nobody had anything for Rose. I was just, fighting for second with Ingles and Amore there the whole race, which was pretty fun. I had a pretty fun racing with them. I didn't mean to get into Amore and put him in the wall, though, before that last caution came out. So my bad, Amore.
Hey, man. It definitely seemed like a good race. So how's life been, though? Like I said, it's been a while. I haven't talked to you in a while.
It's good. I finished 9th in the qualifiers at Charlotte.
Yeah, I did see that.
Been watching you guys do Thursdays without me.
That sounded a little bit sad.
Feels good to be back in the top 3.
There you go. It's definitely a hard league to be able to bust the top 3 out, and you're one of the best in it. So I'm glad to see you running strong yet again here, as expected to be. Like to throw any shout outs?
You guys, Coey, Rose for helping me in the qualifiers and track bar and all them and more. And then my team, we didn't work as hard this week, but it kind of showed with me. I think we need to work a little bit more next week for Martinsville, I think. And yeah.
All right, man. Well, definitely good, strong run for you, and glad to see you back up inside the top 3. And Pete, you go and take that young gun.
Absolutely. CGMX Rose. You got me, buddy.
Yep.
Rose, you could just go ahead and park for the next 5 weeks. I mean, seriously. I think pole positions, wins, top 3s, top 5s. I'm going to have to go back and take a look at the website. I think it's going to be you all over the place. And I mean, you're kind of pulling some of the same numbers that Amore was pulling last year. So I'm not saying you slouched last year at all, because I know you were strong. But man, you're doing well here. You're doing well in the Pro League qualifying races. I think you finished P3 in at Charlotte, right?
Yeah, P3.
Yeah, so you're knocking everything out of the park, man. Tell us about your race. Tell us about that car.
Through
Maybe
the first
give out
stage,
the setup.
Engels got it. I don't know if this game is kind of weird, but I don't know if the wheel and controller really makes that much of a difference, because we basically had the same car. I was just quicker than him for some reason. Yeah, so through the first stage, I tried to save gas and see if I could make it, which didn't happen. Yeah, that's why I was kind of at the back. I had to make my way up through at stage 2, and I had a little battle with Engels, and then in the third stage, I just got away, basically.
Well, man, I mean, Rowdy, he took stage one. I think you took stage two, and now the win. It's going to be a big boost in your points, getting ever closer to a more smoke. I think you when I did the points earlier, you were like a points behind a more, so that's going to definitely come down into the double digits. Congrats on the win tonight, sir. It's going to be 5 more points towards the chase. Any shout outs?
You guys, Coey, all the guys I'm running the pro with, we're all gonna make it in there. I hope so. And yeah, that's it.
Well, I'm sure you'll have plenty of clips out there for the Bristol qualifying races that have already started. You know, we'll all be pulling for you, man. Congrats.
Thank you.
HD, you got anything for the young gun?
Ah, nah, man. To be expected, honestly, man. He's one of, like I said, man. When I got out of here, man, it doesn't surprise me to see him running top 3 in here. It doesn't surprise me to see him running top 10, finishing third in the pro league. So definitely the best of luck with him moving forward with that, and definitely rooting for him. And like I said, it, man. If he doesn't get picked by a team, then the whole thing's a scam because Rose is definitely one of the best out there in the game.
No, definitely.
I agree. All right. As for me, guys, yep, this wraps up the week for NNR here between Eldora and New Hampshire, old Magic Mile. Roe's gonna head on down now, and he'll have his big old lobster dinner. Um,
Mhm.
But we will be back on Sunday night with the trucks at Martinsville. All 3 series are back on schedule, and then the week after that, it's all about the All-Star race. There are going to be a lot of details coming out of the community on Twitter and on Facebook. So please, by all means, make sure that you head over to no name underscore racing on Twitter and follow along. You'll get a follow back. You'll get all kinds of news and updates. That's where most of the drivers are talking about their cars every week. And I think Mountaineer actually had a poll this week on which car to race, and that poll had over 1,800 views. So thank you all very much for your um, working with everybody. Um, and yeah, until
Hey,
then,
Pete.
yo,
Pete,
yeah,
hey, it's Kelly.
yeah,
I just want to add one thing to that to let people know. I will be going up and getting the lists together. It might be a little bit later than I thought, but sometime after midnight, I will have the voting open for the drivers that can be voted into the All-Star race on the website. You will see a tab at the top for All-Star ballot, and you'll be able to pick your favorite driver to work their way into the race automatically with your vote.
okay, we'll have a
So
list of
go
the
ahead and
people that
vote.
are already locked in by wins, and then who has to race their way in, and who's available or eligible to be voted in.
Yes, I will have all that
Okay,
on the website, and we'll try to get it up on the Facebook and Twitter page.
never doubted you.
Well, maybe.
All right, guys. But as for me, I will. Yeah, again, I'll catch y'all Sunday night, 9 o'clock in the trucks at the short track of Martinsville, kind of the miniature track of Loudon. Yeah, I'll catch you around. Good luck.